This is a cause of celebration. We want to talk about some metrics that PulseChain is starting to show that are extremely bullish. Hello guys, my name is David King and I'm the founder of PulseShib, a DeFi meme coin that went up 24.7x in under 30 days. Now I want to talk about some metrics that I've been seeing on PulseChain, and these metrics are really inspirational. If we take a look at the volume that PulseChain has, PulseChain is sitting up at about $25 million worth of volume for the last 24 hours. Now, the exciting thing about if we look at blockchains that have recently launched, we see that Base is a new blockchain. It is about $30 million worth of volume. And another new blockchain that we have is Shibarium from the Shiba Inu ecosystem. And this one only has a little over $200,000 worth of volume on it. So we can see where the users are flocking to. Now, Base has an advantage that it's still new, and when PulseChain was new, it had much more volume. But the key piece I want to talk about today is if you look at what's happening on PulseChain, right? Majority of the volume for the longest time has been people trading within the Richard Heart ecosystem tokens. That's your Pulse, your PulseX, your Hex, your incentive token. These are the pairs that have been dominant, and stable coins, of course, because we do know that stable coins are the biggest player in the space in terms of volume. But one thing that I'm starting to notice is we've seen excitement around PDAI for the past few days. And now what we're starting to see is some projects, some non-Richard Heart projects that are starting to have really significant volume on PulseChain. And for that, I'm talking about the one that's leading the charge is PDAI. That's the one that has the most amount of trading volume. Now, if we look right now, so we've got about 22,000 transactions on PDAI, and we've got volume of 3.1 million. And there's a lot of excitement about that. I see people are jumping into PDAI. They're talking about that this could moon harder and continue to moon. The thing that I would like to see more of, that I really spoke about, is to see if other projects start flourishing. Now, I know that there's some theories that Richard Heart is behind PDAI, but that's a story for another day. But once we see other projects start to flourish on PulseChain, that starts to attract more people to come and build on PulseChain. Because come on, let's look at this objectively, right? If you're a builder, where do you want to be building? Do you want to be building on Shibarium if you are looking for a new chain that's exciting, where a lot of development is happening, which has $200,000 worth of volume? Or do you want to build on PulseChain, which is equally new, but it's $25 million worth of volume in 24 hours? I think that the answer is pretty obvious. And what happens is that there is some gatekeeping, and that gatekeeping can only go so far. And it can only happen with players that have already entrenched interests in the space. If you're talking about new entrants, who are your innovators, the new people who want to build new exciting stuff, they're the ones that are going to be looking for where's the best place to build and flourish. And right now, I think that it's hands down for new entrants, the best place to build and flourish is PulseChain. On Ethereum, there's a lot of stuff that has already been built, a lot of stuff that's been building, and there's now the ecosystem is so mature that the politics of it it's not as easy as it was when Vitalik started it. It's not as easy as it was when CZ launched his ERC20 token. It was the ERC20 token at first, right? It's a lot different than it was back then. And now you've got a chance to build in an ecosystem that is young and flourishing, that can really shine at a time where the blockchain needs it and the blockchain has the users for it. Because what we see is that other blockchains might have the hype, might have support, might have, like the launch of Shibarium had every crypto news article reporting on it. But that still did not give it some staying power, right? So being in an ecosystem early and being able to build there is a beautiful thing. So I think that for that reason, I think that this is just the beginning. Once we see other assets start to flip RH assets in terms of volume, it starts to attract other people into the space as well. Because let's be clear, right? They are builders who want to build and who don't want an ecosystem which appears to be an ecosystem that's just around the personality of RH. They want something that they can say that, okay, look, it just doesn't have that perception, but it just doesn't have it has a perception of other people can flourish, other stuff can be built, and they can win. And I think that's what this represents. The fact that we are starting to see new stuff start to flourish and start to pump, and the community excited about it. Because I saw a lot of posts on Twitter talking about how people saying that, okay, they admit they were wrong about PDAI, and they're getting into it. They're getting into that FOMO is kicking in. Now, I do want the guys at PDAI to win, because if they win, it's a big win for the chain. It is a big win. And this is something that will definitely pull attention from all sides of the crypto space and say, okay, guys, look, what bear market, right? I mean, PulseShib doubled in price in the last few hours, right? I mean, if you look at the chart of the PDAI ecosystem tokens, they've been doing extraordinarily well for the past few days. So if you have, I was reading a comment on Telegram, it says that the best form of marketing is green candles. And right now, the ecosystem, the PulseChain ecosystem has a lot of green candles, right? And so, yes, PLS is below SAC rate right now, but there's a lot of green candles to go around in the ecosystem. And PulseChain is not just about PulseChain, about PulseX, and about incentive token. It's also about a platform for people to be able to build all the stuff that they want, all the disruptive stuff that can disrupt the world, essentially, that can disrupt the world of finance, that can disrupt every aspect of life. This is what crypto, this is the vision of crypto. This is what it presents for us. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you find this exciting as I do? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time.